Hello, Denton Guam here with the Dare Network, and we're going to be talking about the market. That's right. Other than interest rates, the biggest question I get is how's the market? And let me tell you what, a lot of people have some great insights, but no one knows what the future is. So I'm going to tell us a little bit about what is happening now, what has happened this year, and then, of course, I'll give my prediction. All right, first, a lot of people thought the market was going to crash. Now, it didn't crash, at least I don't expect it to, and I don't foresee anything that's going to make it crash. But of course, as with anything, it did slow down. It softened up. But let me give you some real numbers to kind of give you an idea of what that actually means. We have a little over 100,000 sales a year here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And right now, year to date to the end of June in 2023, because that's all the data we have at the moment, year to date to the end of June 2023, we're down about 7.5% in number of homes sold from this time last year. Okay, so 7.5%. So again, based on the 100,000 sales, we're tracking about 7,500 homes less that are going to sell this year. Now, just to give you even more of a reference point, 2 years ago in 2021, we're down almost 12% in number of sales. So you can again see we are having a decline, but it's not this roller coaster or this edge people are thinking. Now, I know that's units. A lot of people want to know, what about some of the other numbers? So let's talk about those. Months of inventory. We've talked about that before. That determines whether it's a buyer's or seller's market. 6 months of inventory is what's considered a balanced market, right? Anything below that is a seller's market. Well, we're at 1.9 months of inventory in the DFW Metroplex, coming from 1.5. So you can see it's still a strong seller's market, right? Now, there are micro markets within that, don't get me wrong. For example, if you're in that $1 million plus market, that is much closer to a buyer's market in that 6-month range or above, depending again on where the market is. If you're curious, just give us a shout and we can tell you exactly what your neighborhood, zip code, area looks like. A few other things. A lot of people like talking about how fast does it take to sell homes. Well, right now, 25 days. That's the average days on market for DFW again. Where was it last year? 16. So again, although it is going down, it's not this big crash. Of course, for a lot of people that are in the market, it does feel a little sluggish, but it is not moving that fast downward. All right, two more things I want to talk with you about. The big one is sales price. We'll talk about that here in a second. One of the other big changes we've seen this year is seller concessions. Now, what that means is when you go buy a home from a seller, they're willing to contribute to help pay for some closing costs or even buy down your interest rate. Last year, about 1 out of every 4 homes, or 25%, were doing some type of contribution for the buyer to help them out. Right now, year to date, it's almost to 50%, 44 exact, but we do see that trending upwards. So let's just call it half of the sellers out there are willing to help buyers get in their home. And that's a little bit of that sluggishness that you're seeing for sellers to still compete in today's market. Now, last piece, sales price. Now, this is the number one question I get. When is the market going to crash? Oh, it's going to crash. I'm just waiting for the crash, right? Well, right now, year to date, let me look at my numbers here. It's down from this year. The median sales price is $408,000 to last year, which is $430,000. That's right. You heard that correct. That's only a 5% dip. 5% dip, which honestly is about normal. I think it's going to stay around there. I don't think it's going to dip much more, maybe a little bit here and there, but that's it. That's the adjustment. I do think with the interest rates changing, 2024 is going to look good, and if anything, it may just steady out. Right? Now, I don't foresee a crash. Of course, no one can tell the future, but that is kind of the report and what's going on in the DFW market. So if you have questions specifically to what you're going through with your real estate needs, give us a call. We'll walk you through all this and make sure you make the best decision for you and your family. Thanks again. I'm Denton Aguam with the Dare Network.